So I'm Jane Turvey, for those of you who do not know me. I'm from the Aurelia Public Library. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are celebrating Culture Days with our annual How To Festival. It will be, so this presentation will be posted to our YouTube channel, like I mentioned, if you would like to watch it again and tell all your friends and share the link and all that fun stuff. Tonight, we are excited to welcome Debbie Young, and Debbie has been up to see us, I don't know, 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, Debbie?
2 years ago.
2? Feels like so long ago because of everything that's been happening, but Debbie came up to participate in an event that we had at the library, and Debbie's from, her company is called From Roots to Light Coaching and Training. Debbie is an energy healer and mentor, guiding others to access their gift of healing in a powerful and meaningful way. As a trainer of hypnosis, offering workshops and certification training, as well as a master coach, she offers past life healing and inner guidance mentorship. Her focus is on healthy mind-body connection, freeing clients from past emotional events that have a hold on their daily lives. So let's welcome Debbie Young, who will tell us how to reduce stress, and we all need that right now, with a pendulum. Take it away, Debbie.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to share my screen here. There we go. So thank you very much for the introduction and for inviting me to be here to spend some time with all you amazing people that have decided to join. You saw something that sparked your interest, so I'm assuming some people have stress, some people have anxiety. There's a lot of things that people have going on in their life, and my mission is to help people take control of their life, to help make changes that they can by taking their power back, in a nutshell. So tonight we're going to talk about how you can use a pendulum and learn how to use a pendulum to improve your health. So before we get there, so I just want to talk about how the power within. So everyone has so much power within. Not everyone is familiar with everything that goes on with their unconscious mind. Sorry, get my fudge there. So I'm just wondering, do you struggle making simple decisions? And do you feel you're on autopilot? So much going on lately. Everyone's just kind of going with the flow of what's happening in life, and they've lost control. And are you frustrated with the stress and anxiety as a result of everything that's been going on? So we want to talk about connecting to your inner self and discovering the magic that lies within. So anyone has that monkey mind that consciously you're trying to make decisions and you're all over the place trying to decide how to do something. Just like your mind's going in circles. So what I like to do is get rid of the monkey mind of your conscious thinking and start thinking about your unconscious mind. What's actually deep within you. That's where all the power lies. That's where your deep, true inner thoughts are, how you really feel about something. So we're going to teach you how to discover the magic that lies within, okay? And help you be able to access those answers that for the decisions you really, really want to make. Sometimes people have simple choices, like, do you want to do something? Do you want to go to the movies? Do you want to stay home? Trying to decide what to eat, decide what to wear. Is there anyone that has struggled with that? I know I've had many, many struggles with all those things over the years, consciously analyzing everything instead of just being able to truly do what you really deeply want to do within. So we're going to discover tonight, going back in time, how people used to connect with their inner truths of the past, take a peek at how people are utilizing that today, and also share some of my stories, how I have improved by using this skill set. And you're going to gain speed and confidence in making decisions and impact it had on me as well as others around me. And then So there's the decision part of it, and then we are going to add into the health aspect as well. So if you think about your conscious mind, and a lot of people have probably heard of conscious mind, maybe they haven't. So you have your conscious awareness. If you think of a big iceberg, a little big iceberg, there's a little bitty tip sticking out of the water. That's the amount of your conscious mind, about 10%. The rest of the iceberg that's underneath, the 90%, is your unconscious mind in comparison. And with that, that's where all the power lies. That's where your decisions, your deep thoughts are. Your unconscious mind, it takes care of your body and your functions as well. And that's what we're going to tap into that a little bit more in a minute. Okay. So we're going to experience using a pendulum to visualize your true answer from inside. So it's going to be using it as a visual tool of what you're experiencing inside. And then I'll share with other things you can learn beyond tonight. So we're going to connect with our inner self or unconscious mind. We're going to learn how to have the power to take control of the stress and anxiety and improve your health. And then be intrigued on how you can maybe desire to learn more. So tips I want you to remember throughout the night is be open. So be open to what possibilities may lie within. Be open to the power that you really do have. Okay? Be open, clear your mind instead of having expectations of what an answer may be. Just be open to what your true truths are from within. I also invite you to be relaxed. So take a deep breath and just relax your body so you can relax into the whole process. And be curious. Be curious what the answers may be. Be curious what the results may be, because you never know. And have fun. My true goal tonight is for everyone to have fun, learn a new skill, and be able to have fun beyond tonight after you learn what we learned, and then be able to take it and use it in your daily life and share it with other people, because it's really fun. It is. So the pendulum. Okay. So when we talk about your unconscious mind and the purpose of your unconscious mind, so it takes care of your bodily functions, as I mentioned. So your unconscious mind takes care of your breathing. People aren't consciously thinking, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Your unconscious mind takes care of that. So you're automatically breathing. You're automatically pumping the blood through your body. Your digestive system, it's automatically happening. So all these things are functions of your unconscious mind. And when you think about how things are moving through your body, it's micro muscle movements that are projecting and moving the muscles within your body that's causing your blood to flow and your lungs to expand, everything like that. It's micro muscle movements in your body that's taking care of all of that. Okay. So what we're doing is using a pendulum, and we're going to be asking questions, and it's micro muscle movements in your fingers that are actually going to cause the pendulum to move. Okay. That's why I want to talk about the body function to start with, so you understand that we're all connected, and it's just moving it within, causing little micro muscle movements in your fingers. Okay, that's why you want to make sure you're relaxed, so that your fingers are allowing all those micro muscle movements to move freely. So it's very easy, and it's a really cool tool to actually connect to your inner self. So back in history, people have been meditating and doing yoga for centuries, like many, many times. Like way back in time, they've had all the temples that people meditate in, and it's something that many people have done. Current day, we've got mindfulness, setting intentions, following our gut feelings. We are connecting into our inner self and our inner truths all the time. You just don't necessarily think about it. Pendulums themselves have been around for many years. they've, the first documented one was when they created the clock, the first clock. And so it has been around for many years. And with the pendulum within the clock, it started, like once it moves, the physics take over and it just continues. You've also seen people use pendulums for witching for water. And also probably, if anyone has, many people have, seen someone take a ring on a string and put it over a woman's stomach to see if they're having a boy or girl. There's many things that pendulums and such have been used for many years. So there are many things that people can use the pendulums for today as well. So they use them for witching for water still, and seeing if it's a boy or girl. You also see them do a lot of energetic things for energy healing, clearing energy blocks and stuff like that. But what I focus on when I'm teaching is connecting into the unconscious mind. So there are many, many things. So this is just one of the things that you can do with a pendulum. So I want to talk about things that impact on me, okay, before I started using a pendulum, okay? I always had a fear of missing out because I couldn't make the right decision. And if I did make a decision, I was afraid I made the wrong decision afterwards. It didn't set with me. I always had a hard time making decisions. And it was really frustrating for other people waiting on me. And I know we'd go to a restaurant. And as soon as I got there, went to a family outing, a family dinner. And my brother-in-law, as soon as I got there, we were like a half an hour early, he thrust a menu in my hand and said, "Here, decide what you're going to have." Because I was known for having a hard time deciding on the menu what to have. I'm very known for it within my family. So now, a couple of years ago, I went for dinner with my sister and opened the menu, and I went to the menu, and then I closed the menu, and she goes, "You've already decided?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "What happened to you?" Because I was using the skills that I learned using a pendulum to make a decision by listening within. Okay, so it's impacted me. No one's waiting for me anymore because I'm able to trust the information I'm getting within. I use it all the time for buying clothes, trying to make decisions, which clothes to buy, choosing meals, making easy decisions that seem easy now, but quick and easy now because I use the tools. So when you're done learning this, you're going to have quick, confident, and congruent decision making. You're going to feel good about it, and it eliminates the negative impact on others. And I'm sitting there waiting, going, "Have you made your decision yet?" So, and what else this magic can unlock when you tap into what's going on within you? So you can take control of your life. You can reduce anxiety. You can reduce stress, reduce pain, increase immune system, increase relaxation. So these are all things that I am going to share with you tonight as well. But first, we got to get the basics, understand the basics of the pendulum so that you can utilize it for these more advanced skills. So we're going to learn how to take connecting to your inner thoughts and true desires to a deeper level. I can teach you how to make complex decisions, which that we're not covering tonight. That's more, it's something I usually would cover, but we're doing like a more of a condensed version tonight instead of doing it. Otherwise, it's like a 2-hour session. So we cut it down for you guys. And also teach how to learn, make complex questions, how to ask them, and how to receive complex answers spelled out for you. So that's all things that I can teach you after if you're interested. So what you need to know. So we talked about the conscious, unconscious mind. And so with the unconscious mind, as we talked about the body, it's autonomic nervous system. So there's no thinking about it, it's just happening. Your breathing, digestive, your heart. I have a condition called SVT, supraventricular tachycardia, and it's where the body is all of a sudden my heart will race. So because the unconscious mind is taking care of me, and the main directive of the unconscious mind is to preserve your body. So what actually happens when I have an episode of it my heart stops completely. It's racing like anything. And then my unconscious mind makes my heart stop, and then it restarts. So it's the power in the unconscious mind is so powerful. It knows how to take care of you. And if anyone has ever heard about anyone having hypothermia, and I love this example of it. So while you're in that cold water or even this cold area, when you're in hypothermia, then what happens is your body pulls all the heat from your extremities into your core to preserve your body, your main organs of your body. And then one by one, it will shut more organs down, leaving the very most important vital ones to last. Like, how powerful is that? You're not consciously thinking for this to happen, but it's just the power of the unconscious mind to preserve the body. So it's also intuition, is following your gut, listening to what bubbles up. If you've ever had something, all of a sudden you think, oh, I should do something, and you know it's a gut feeling you need to do it. That's your intuition. Listen to it. Okay? And then at the top of the micro muscle movement, it's what we're actually going to be using as a biofeedback device, like using the pendulum and the micro muscle movement, and that's a biofeedback device, and we use it like that. Okay, so what do you need to get started tonight? So you need a pendulum. So I have a pendulum like this. If you don't have a pendulum on a chain like that, that is fine. You could use a necklace with a pendant on it. So even my necklace here would work, but quite often I have bigger ones that I use those easily. You could take a string and use your ring and put on it. It will work. As simple as a paper clip and some thread. That will also work. It just has to be something that's suspended, that has a bit of a weight on it, so that it has something for some momentum to swing. Anything will work as a pendulum. You just have to have something like that. Okay? So once you have that, then there was 2 handouts that were sent out. So there's your basic yes/no guide. You should have that. If you do not have that, if you forgot to print it off, grab a piece of paper, draw a circle on it and a cross on it, and do yes and no. And the other ones is maybe not sure, the other directions. So that is fine to get started to use. And then the second thing is the numbers. So you just need that, numbers 1 to 10. So again, if you don't have a piece of these printed off, draw a piece of paper and just semicircle and draw the numbers 1 to 10 on it. Very simple. It's just a guide, a visual guide for your unconscious mind to be looking at. Okay. So the next thing you need is an open mind, as I mentioned before, is one of the main tips. So very open mind should be open to receive whatever answers may be. And curiosity. You have to have curiosity to wonder, what's the answer going to be? What's going to be the impact on my body? Okay. So next thing is I'm going to teach you how to hold your pendulum. Okay. And I'm just going to take off the screen share for a minute so you can see me in a bigger picture. There we go. So when you have your pendulum, there's 2 different ways you can hold your pendulum. Okay. The one is if you have a ball on the end of it, you can hold it between your fingers, just like a baby bird, ever so gently. Okay. Just very gently holding it and allowing your pendulum to hang down. Okay. So you can hold it like that. Or the second way, and I'm more comfortable doing it this way, is you would drape it over your hand, holding it with your thumb and allowing it to drape over, okay, and hanging down. You have to be careful allowing it to hang directly down. Avoid having it against your fingers, or the micro muscle movements between your thumb and your finger are not going to allow the pendulum to move. So it's very important to make sure it's hanging free, okay? So whichever way works for you is perfectly fine. The second thing you're going to do is just be relaxed. Let's see my arm. Okay. So your arm is in a V and just relaxed at your side. Okay. There we go. So, and then what you do when you're relaxed, when you go, you take a deep breath in and just relax into the process. So you're going to relax. You're going to ask a question. So we're going to start with yes and no questions. Okay. And so we're going to to calibrate. So we want to know the direction your pendulum is going to move to give you answers. So what I always do is without the chart, okay, so no chart in front of you right now, so nothing in front of you. And then what you can do is you're going to hold the pendulum, relax at your side, and then you're going to say, dear unconscious mind, please give me an answer for yes. And the pendulum for me is swinging back and forth away from me. That's my answer for yes. And I always like to do this without the actual guide in front of me, because this is my true yeses and nos. As soon as you put a guide in front of you, your unconscious mind will recognize the guide and the direction in front of you and will work with that instead. And even you can use it with a guide or use it without. You just want to ask, check and see what your yeses and nos are. So now I'm going to say, dear unconscious mind, please give me an answer for no. And it started swinging before I got it in my mouth because I was already thinking the question. Okay, so side to side is my no. Now you may find that your answers are back and forth, sideways. They could be diagonal. They could be clockwise or counterclockwise. You may find that it just drops stop, like it's just like a dead weight and doesn't move. Or some people will find that it's like vibrating. Okay, there's many different ways it can answer. And so you just have to be open to what your answer may be, what direction the pendulum is going to swing based on your unconscious mind projecting it with microwave. So play with that and just see what your yes and no is. So if everyone gets it, I'm just going to go off. I'll share for one moment so I can kind of see everyone. Okay. And if you can, when you get your yes and you know, if you can do like the thumbs up, so just so I can see that people are making progress as we're going through this. Okay. Oh, great. Christina's got a yes. Okay. So you're just going to say, dear unconscious mind, please give me an answer for yes. And then once you have that, oh, good, sure. Say, dear unconscious mind, please give me an answer for no. Good, Marlene and Anne. So you just want to make sure you're relaxed. Take the deep breath in, relax, and be open and moving. Sometimes, oh, perfect, Linda. Sometimes people find that it's barely moving. If you find that it's barely moving, it just needs a little encouragement. So say, make it swing bigger, and get excited with it. And then you will find that it'll swing bigger and like a wider swing with it. So some people get it right off the bat, and then people need a little bit more time getting in rapport with their unconscious mind. Okay, so now what I want you to do is take your guide, okay, your yes, no one, and then we're going to ask the questions again. So if you had, depending what direction your pendulum went the first time, and I like, this is when it's blanks with some person and I can see what people are getting for their yeses and nos, because I'm always interested in what directions you're getting. So go ahead and try it again with the pendulum guide in front of you, okay? And then once you've got your yes and no, then ask the questions, like ask some questions. Is my name Debbie? So I would ask that, and you guys would ask your name, and you should get a yes. And so that's confirming that yes, that is your yes. and then ask a name that's not yours. Okay. And so say, is my name Sam? And then you should get a no. So go ahead and try that. You're with a name and make sure that you are getting that. And so everyone give me a thumbs up again once you've done that. Good, Sylvia. Christina. Linda. And if you guys have any questions as we're going along, Jane is keeping an eye on the chat box. So pop anything in the chat box that you may have, and then she will let me know if there's anything that comes up. Okay. Kathy, did you get a thumbs up the first time? I'm just wondering, trying to keep track of everyone here that we've got. I'm sure it's good. I just want to make sure everyone is getting close. If anyone has any questions or having a struggle, then let me know, please. And okay, good. Thank you, Kathy. I'll make sure. I think we're waiting for Jackie. Maybe. That is good. So if anyone's having any struggles, let me know as we go along. Okay, I'm going to go back to my screen share. Okay. So we've got the yes and no, we've tested it. And so every time you pick your pendulum up, you want to double check that you are getting the yes and no. So you do a quick calibration, ask, please give me an answer for yes, please give me an answer for no. And you're saying to your unconscious mind, because you want to be polite to your unconscious mind. It wants to serve you. So it's nice to be nice to it and then say thank you. Have a nice conversation with yourself. Okay. And so always do your test. And then that way you know you're confident in the answers that you're getting, that they are the same way. Because sometimes your answer may change. Just some people change from time to time. And after a while, if you know you always have the same answer all the time for yes and no, same direction, then you'll get to a point where you're confident with it. Okay, so just remember all the time how you're going to hold your pendulum, position your arm, take that deep breath in and relax. Have an open mind instead of thinking what the answers are going to be. Be really open to whatever it may possibly be and have your curiosity there. Later. Okay, so I want you to practice it and play a little bit. Okay, so take a couple of minutes and ask like a couple different questions. So pick 3 questions to ask. So you could ask, do I have any pets? Do I have children? Do I want to raise teenagers? I know I always want to have babies and I didn't want teenagers, and after raising a couple, I know why. Do I live in a house? Do I own a car? So just play for a minute and see what you've got for yes and no answers on that. So just practice and get some yes and no answers.
Debbie, we have a question.
Okay.
What if the direction for your yes is the opposite direction on the chart? Which one is right?
Okay. So you mean when you're away from the chart? So your yes off the chart is different than the yes on the chart, or on the chart it's saying, if you want to unmute for a second, Shirley, then that might be easier. Just to clarify, be quicker.
Yeah, before we started using the chart and just using the pendulum, my yes was side to side, my no was up and down.
Yeah.
But then when I put the chart and asked the question about what is my name Shirley, it went the other way. like the yes was up and down. So which is the correct way?
So when you use
Like
the chart,
which would,
it pointed to the yes on the chart.
yes.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. So off the chart,
Yeah.
you're going to have your answers a certain way. That's your true, like the way you automatically want to answer yes or no. If you're using a chart, that's just demonstrating your unconscious mind is paying attention, is conscious to what's in front of you as a guide. So if you're using a guide, it's going to be the yes and no that's on the guide, right? Because it went to that. But
Okay.
if you don't have a guide in front of you, your yes and no is a different direction. So that's why you want to calibrate before you ask questions, so you know what direction your yes and no is when you're using it that time.
Okay,
Does that
great.
make sense?
Yes,
So like
thank you.
if you were just picked up a pendulum and you were by yourself without any paper and you're asking questions, your yes and no is a certain direction.
Yeah.
If you pick up a chart and have that in front of you, then your unconscious mind is going to pay attention to the answers that are on the chart.
Good. Okay,
Does
thank
that
you.
make sense?
Yep.
Because your unconscious mind is being guided by what it sees. So
Right.
it's going to be different. So that's why I like to do the exercise with and without the pendulum chart, so that you really, so you can see how the impact your unconscious mind from when it's seeing, it will adjust your answers.
Great. Okay,
So
Debbie.
thank you for asking, so I could clarify that, and hopefully that helps everyone, because it's a really good question if it changes. Yeah. So it just depends on if you're using the chart or not, but you're going to calibrate so that you know what your answers are in that session. Okay. Great. Thank you for asking. Okay. Oh, and Sylvia had to leave. Okay. Has everyone had a chance to ask 3 questions? I can assume that's been enough time for everyone. Oh, we got thumbs up all over the place. Perfect. We're good. Okay. That's good. Okay. Perfect. So you can see how that just gives you an example of questions you can ask. So it's unlimited what you can do with a pendulum. This is just giving you some examples, and then from there, you're going to have a lot of fun playing with it afterwards, I guarantee you. Okay, so once you understand simple questions like that, you can ask. Then we get into making decisions. Okay, I know when I go to a store, I'd go to the store and I'd pick out a whole bunch of stuff that I would want to try on. Then I'd be standing in the dressing room with a pile of clothes, and I've gone through the ones, and the ones that definitely I didn't like, didn't fit, they went off to the side. Then I'd still end up with a stack there. And I can't always buy everything that I had in front of me. So then it's into a decision of, did I buy them or not? And quite often I would buy stuff, I'd get them home, I'd try them on again, and then I'd go back to the store and take most of them back. And my husband would go, well, why did you even buy them? Why did you waste your time? You're just going to take them back anyway. And I was like, I know. So now things are so totally different. So I'm in the dressing room. I've tried on my first row of gone through them all. Then I have the ones sitting there that I'm interested in. There's so many things that go through your mind. It's like, do I actually want it? Do I need it? How does it feel? How does it look? Because I could spend 10 minutes with one outfit on, turning around, spinning, trying to check out how it looked in my stomach, my bum, my, see how everything looks. So you spend all that time analyzing it. So consciously, you're in that monkey mind again, trying to make a decision. Inside, when you put that outfit on, you knew how it felt. Inside, your deep unconscious mind, you knew how it felt. You knew if you felt good in it. You knew if you looked good in it. And so if you trust yourself, it takes away all that monkey mind. Okay. So I would use a pendulum. Now, that's what I do, is I use a pendulum. Do I like it? Do I want, like, do I feel good in it? Do I want to buy it? And then there's always the, should I buy it? Because you may want to buy it, but maybe you haven't got enough, you haven't got the extra money to spend on 10 tops where you might for 1 or 2. So I would go through those questions and I would quickly eliminate. The first thing is, do I want to get it? And it's yes or no. So that would put it into a smaller pile. And then I would narrow it down. Okay, if I know how many items I wanted to buy, what I could afford, then I would say, okay, should I buy this one? Should I buy that one? So I quite often will wear big necklaces. So I'd be in the dressing room, I'd have my necklace off, and I'd be holding it, and I'm asking, should I buy this? Should I buy this? And I'm getting the yes or no answers. Now I have very minimal that I return because I go through this process. I quickly narrow it down. And the other thing I would do, if I have it narrowed down to 2 outfits, 2 tops or something, then I would use my pendulum and I'd have one sitting on both sides and say, which one do I want to buy? And the pendulum would swing to the one that I wanted to buy. Okay. It gets rid of all the monkey mind, all that time wasted, and energy going back and forth to the store. Because lo and behold, as soon as you went back to return, you'd see something else you try on, you go through the whole process again. But it eliminates all of that. So you just stop and ask those questions, tap in to what you really want. Okay. Even at home, what top to wear. I'd have a couple outfits on the bed and I'd use my pendulum. I grab a necklace. I'm in my bedroom, I grab my necklace and I'd hold it up. Which top do I want to wear? Or I'm in my closet and I'm touching my outfits. Okay, do I want to wear this one? Do I want to wear this one? Do I wear this one? And I get my yes or no. Or hold it up in my closet and have a pendulum will swing to the one that I really want to wear. You can use it for picking what movie to watch. Okay, maybe you've got a list of them in the newspaper of the movies that are there. Like if you're going out to the movies, and then you could hold the pendulum up to the list and say, which movie do I want to see? And the pendulum will move towards that. Okay. In the restaurant, I used to take my necklace off and hold it beside the table so that people didn't see me thinking, what is that lady doing? I would kind of have it to the side of the table and I'd be going through oh, chicken sandwich, do I want that? So I'd scan through the menu, see which ones really popped out to me. And then I would narrow it down and say, okay, do I want to order this? Do I want to order this? And I'd ask. And then I would get my answer. That tapping into that information inside is how I so quickly made a decision and surprised the hell out of my sister on how quickly how my decision making had changed so much. So nowadays though, because there's other things you can do tapping in. So I actually use muscle testing as well, where you hold your fingers together. And it's something you can Google it to see how to do it. But basically you ask a question. If it's a yes, there's like a current, the energy in your hand will hold your fingers together. If it's a no, it'll break away easily. So if I say, is my name Debbie, it's holding it. It's tighter. That's not letting me break my fingers away. And if I say, is my name Sam, it easily let go. So something to play with, but it's all tapping in and it's getting the answers and the micro muscle movements, again, controlling the muscles of your hands, your fingers. So now I'm under the table doing this, the table, asking my question instead of pulling a pendulum out. So there's lots of ways you can do it. The pendulum is a really cool way of visually seeing your answers from within. Okay. Now, do you want to play with health? How we can improve health. Okay, so what I want you to do now is get your number scale out, the number chart, okay? And what we're going to do is, you're going to hold the pendulum. So the point of it is right across, right above the crosshairs in the middle, okay? So you're going to hold it above it. You're going to have your pendulum up. above it, okay? And then you're going to say, so we're going to start with stress. Say, dear unconscious mind, where is my stress at right now? Okay. And what I want you guys to do is when we're done this process, I want you to put in the chat box, okay, what your number is to start with and what your number is when you were done. Okay. So you've got the dear unconscious mind, where is my stress at right now? And then what you're going to do is say, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. Be aware of what's happening inside as we do this. And keep saying, turn it down, 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 turn it down. So when it goes down to 0, put in the chat box where you were at to start with and where it ended. Or if it gets to a point where it's just staying at one point consistently and it hasn't gone all the way to 0, most of the time it goes all the way down, and just put it in what it was before, where it's at now, and how do you feel? If you experienced anything as you were doing it. It's a really cool, powerful technique and tool to use. And if it's still going, keep saying, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. So just pop it in the chat box. So it started at 7, went down to 3, great. 8 to 5, good. 8 to 1, beautiful. That was Anne, Jen, and Christina, beautiful. 8 to 3. Going back and forth between 0. Came to a stop. Perfect. It will quite often come to a stop as well. So when it's done, it just goes boom right down. So you're probably nice and relaxed to start with. Maybe, Shirley. But it does. It will do that. Just staying at the dot. Okay, so Jackie, did it swing to a number to start with? So it didn't do anything on the swing? No. Okay. Did you get your yes and no answers? So the pendulum was perfect. Okay. And did you clearly say out loud, dear unconscious mind, please let me know where my stress is at right now? Do you feel stressed at all? You do. Okay. And is it actually 9 down to 1? Good. Do you, and a 6 to 2, perfect. Do you feel anxiety as well as the stress? And is it possible that it's just wondering? Because what we'll do is, Jack, is that if need be, afterwards, I'll stay on and spend more time with you on that afterwards. Okay. Just, I want to make sure you're getting it. So just stay on afterwards after the recording's done and we will do a bit more work on that. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Great. So everyone sees the results. So where it stopped at those numbers, you can keep going afterwards or in plan. And this is something with my clients that I work with, that because a lot of them they come to me with stress, anxiety, all these things in the past that are impacting their daily lives. So I task them to use a pendulum to check in, where are you at, and then bring it down. So as we're clearing stuff with the techniques that I use, this is a tool everyone can take a hold of in the moment. You've got the power. If you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed or something, you could take a minute and do this and bring it down. It can be even a matter of go to a quiet room, go to, like if you're at work, just go to another room and take a minute and take your necklace off and do it. And after you practice for a while, you can just imagine where you're at with a number and bring it down. But it's just the pendulum actually gives you a visual so you can see what's happening with it. Okay. So it's a great thing to use. Okay, perfect. So, so now we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to do it with anxiety. So get your pendulum poised above again and say, dear unconscious mind, where is my anxiety at right now? And again, if you find it's only swinging a little wee bit, say, make it swing bigger. Make it swing bigger. Say that a couple of times and you'll, mine's just swinging like anything. Because I have a really good rapport with my pendulum, with my unconscious mind. And it's actually, it's not the pendulum that's giving you the answers. It is your unconscious mind. Okay, so you see where your number's swinging, and then again, turn it down. 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 And again, when you're done, put in the chat box where you were to start with and where you ended up. Turn it down. Turn it down. Turn it down. Feel the calm come over you. 7 to 0, perfect, beautiful. How did you feel? How are you guys feeling inside too after doing the stress and anxiety? 1 to stop, perfect. Oh, 5 to 2. Okay. Do you feel the difference inside? 5 to stop, perfect. Jackie, you got 9 to stop, beautiful, beautiful. So maybe again, try the stress one again, maybe. Okay. And you stayed at 4. Okay. Can you do it a second time? And just keep saying, turn it down, take a deep breath, relax. Say, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. Perfect. So I want to see how you guys are feeling too. Let me know how you're feeling. Inside, do you notice the difference? Do you feel the calm? Okay. So This is kind of going the opposite way. We're going to do the next one. Calmer, perfect, beautiful. Relaxed, good. So isn't it nice feeling this way? Had you known you had this tool and had the power to do this before, you could have done this a long time ago. Okay. So now what we're going to do is your immune system. Everyone could use to boost their immune system. Okay. So what we're going to do, poise over the middle again. We're going to say, dear unconscious mind, where is my immune system at right now? Okay, and you've got it swinging. And again, if it's only swinging a little bit, and make it bigger, make it bigger, make it swing bigger. And so you can clearly see what number you're at. And now what we're going to do is turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Be aware of what's happening in your body as you turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Keep going till you get up to 10. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Oh, Anna is asking, should our elbow be on the table? You should relax your arm beside you and see if you've got it on the table, maybe just relax inside so there's nothing impacting on it. It's not going to hurt it if you haven't, if it's not terrible, but you may have better results if it's relaxing on your side. So try that in. Okay, so you've got it turned up. And again, let me know what number you're at to start with and where you ended up with your immune system. And just turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. And let me know what did you feel inside, what was happening as you were turning it up. Four to six. Okay. 5 to 9, beautiful. And what was happening inside? Did you notice anything? 5 between 10, 5 and 10, or between 9 and 10, great. This is something you can do daily to increase your immune system. And everything we can do is a great thing to do. 8 to 10, beautiful. I know when I do it, it's almost like I feel like a fluttering inside. Like it's just almost like a vibrating inside as things are being built up in my body and things are kind of working. Okay. Okay, so I'll let you guys felt warm inside. Beautiful. Love it. Has everyone got that? Good. 6 to 9. Just want everyone to have a chance to get it. Then I want to move on as well. Okay. So the next one we're going to do is relaxation. With everything going on, it means to just relax, especially if you feel high strung, like you're just go, go, go. You need to just take a breath. It's really good when you want to maybe just take some time to meditate or something like that as well. So what we're going to do, again, in the middle, dear unconscious mind, where is my relaxation at right now? And then turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. You want to make it better, okay? Increase it, turn it up, 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 and keep going. And then pop in the chat what you got before and after. As you sit in the nice state of Zen, relax. A lot of people want to do this when they get home from work. Just take a minute to relax before you get into your nightly routines. Sometimes you need to do it at work. You just need to take a minute. Stressful job sometimes, a lot going on. You take a minute and just for yourself. Take any opportunity you can to use the pendulum. So you can have it in your pocket. So when you have to take a washing break even throughout the day, take that moment to yourself. As many times you can do that. If you have an office to yourself, you go into the kitchen, anytime you have a moment to yourself, utilize it. Okay. I hope you got a 2 to 10. Nice and relaxed. Oh, you're already relaxed to start with, Shirley. Good. Okay, 5 to 10. Great. Okay. As I said, I'm teaching lots of different things you can do with it, but you're going to pick what resonates, what you need in the moment to use when you're doing it. 5 to 10. Great. 5 to 8. Great. Awesome. You guys are all nice and relaxed and chilled now. Okay. So now that we're all relaxed, 4 to 8. Great. The night's not over. We still probably have things to do when we're done. So we better turn our energy back up. Okay. So pendulum poised, ready to go. Dear unconscious mind, where is my energy at right now? So most of us, actually mine's at a 2 right now. We're so relaxed that we're all going to be kind of a lower number probably. So now what we're going to do is turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Pay attention to what's happening inside too with your body. Turn it up, 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 turn it up. And again, put in the chat box where you're at the start, where you ended up, and how are you feeling now that you turned it up? Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Okay. 2 to 10. Jen, you went 8 to 5. Were you turning it down or up? You're turning it up. Okay. Interesting. 4 to 7, 5 to 8. Okay, good. 3 to 8. Good. Can you try it again, Jen? Just that's interesting that you went down. Were you in your mind? I'm just wondering if consciously that you were thinking, I don't want to turn it up, maybe? Just wondering if you were struggling inside. 3 to 8, right? Because if you don't have a clear mind, if you're thinking something else, your unconscious mind will pay attention to what you're thinking. So if you're thinking, I don't want it, like I don't want to have energy right now, I want to stay relaxed, you might have a battle and go lower if you're doing that. So yeah, so let me know, Jen. Did you have other thoughts in your mind when you were doing it as well? Let me know that. Okay. So Jen's going to try that again. See how she makes sense. Just like when you're asking a yes and no question, if in your mind you're thinking, like if you say, do I want to go out for dinner? And you're thinking, yes, yes, I do. If you're concentrating on a yes, you're going to get a yes, because your unconscious mind is going to be focusing on what you consciously are saying. That's why you need to surrender. That's why you need to be open to whatever the answer may be, but you have to just relax into it. Jen's still trying that. Let me know when you have that one, Jen, to see again if that works. Okay, so I don't want to, oh, perfect. Okay, she went from a 5 to an 8 that time, perfect. So, and that's the thing, is if you question something, if you're not sure about the answer that you got, ask again, because you can, like I usually use unconscious mind. However, there are times that I ask my higher self, okay? When I do that, my higher self gives me the opposite direction for an answer than my unconscious mind. That's why one day I asked a question, I'm like, I'm sure it should have been a yes, but it came up as a no. So then I checked again and I asked my unconscious mind, and then I asked my higher self. And of course, that's what I did. I had asked my higher self instead of my unconscious mind, like the opposite way. So it gave me a different answer. So if you're unsure about something, if something doesn't feel right, use your intuition, your gut. If something didn't seem right, double check again. Ask again, check again. Okay. So thank you for trying again, Ben. That's perfect. These are great learnings for everyone. Gives me extra things to share. So you can use this. So when you're ready for bed, and I don't want to put you guys to sleep yet. So when you go to bed, if you have a hard time going to sleep, a lot of people just have a hard time just relaxing into it. So you can do it. Where's my sleepiness at right now? Like, how sleepy are you? And then turn it up. Turn it up. Just like the relaxation, you actually will feel nice and tired. And then it'll help you fall off to sleep. Instead of using, because a lot of people will use different like sleep aids to help quiet them and everything. So you can try things like that just to try, like to help you increase your sleepiness. If you find that you have a drive to do, so you can do your energy, but you can also increase your alertness. It's something you can do as well. If anyone has pain, and I don't know if anyone has pain right now or not, if you have pain of any sort, you can see where your pain is at now and you can turn it down. Play with that. There's a lot you can do when you tap in. There's so many things. So be curious, the word I'm looking for. Playful with it. I'm just like, try different things. Trying to think the right words that want to come to mind. Just be inventful with what you come up with. Okay, try lots of things. If you think, hey, I should try this on Pendulum, try it. Have fun with it. Okay. If anyone's meditating or anything, you can use it to quiet your mind. Because I know a lot of times if I go to do something like that, my mind's just reeling and I'm not just quieting it. So you can say, where's my mind chatter at right now? Let's try that one. So where, dear unconscious mind, where is my mind chatter at right now? And then turn it down. 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 And it's almost like I feel my mind almost like a curtain coming over it. It's a really weird sensation, but it's almost like there's like a heaviness where it just kind of quieted. It did quiet. Just I could feel the calm come in the mind when I did that. So play with it. There's so many things that you can do with it. Have fun with it. Play with friends, show people, like, this is what I learned, and utilize it. I invite you to utilize it to do as much as you can to help improve your health, your mindset, and take control over things that you can. Okay, so quiz time. What does your unconscious mind do for you? You can remember, your unconscious mind preserves your body, controls your body functions, and it wants to take care of you. It wants to do things for you to help you take control. And what causes your body to move? That's your micro muscle movements. And what are the key success tips? So I want you guys to put these in the chat box, this one here. What are the key success tips that I shared with you right at the beginning? And tell me what they are. I'm going to give you some incentives. There was 4 things. And the first person to get all 4 is going to receive these 4 things. Jen has 3. Almost got them. Open, close. Close, close. So there was relax, be open, curious, and there's one more you guys are missing. One more. Relax, open, curious, and one more. Arm position is very important, but that wasn't the 4th one. Okay. Give one more second, see if anyone gets the last one. And it's going to be for a free extension of this one. There's another, to teach the other things that I have to do. Oh, Calibration is not it. I was going to give a free class for the rest of the stuff. Come on, second. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Be open, be relaxed, be open, be curious, and have fun. Is the last one. Okay. So we're going to go to this. Okay. So what's next? So congratulations on working through this tonight. It's a fun tool that you can use to improve your life. So what else is there? So now that you've experienced connecting your unconscious mind, okay? So you can use your imagination to do it, as I talked about. If you did the pendulum, you can actually imagine where you're at instead. Or you can use your favorite tool. So mine is a pendulum. I love using the pendulum. Now, there are more advanced things that you can learn. And you can use a pendulum mat for that. You can use a guide as well, but I do have pendulum mats that I designed this, and my mom sewed them for me. But they're double-sided and it's beautiful fabric. You can see the fabric, it's beautiful purple. So I've got many designs to choose from. But you can also use just a mat for it. But you can actually spell out answers as well, so you can get more complex than just the yes and no on it. So I just want to go the wrong way. Okay, so the course that I usually teach for the pendulum, it's a longer course, but I teach the basic principles and calibration, which we did that tonight. Introduction of asking questions, making decisions. We also did that tonight. There's a deep dive into questions and decisions. So we just did the basics, but there's a lot of ways of being able to consider how to ask questions. There's more to it. It's not just yes and no. So we talk about how to look at the different aspects of asking questions so you can really get into the true answers, because there's so much more than yes and no. There's more that, like, there is more than that. So you ask different ways to get into deeper context of it and more complex decisions. There's a lot of ways of looking at that as well. So we really look into that in a deeper level, so you can really utilize it to impact your daily life and big decisions you have to make. And then there's the improving health and anxiety, stress, and so much more that we did. And then there's going beyond that and spelling things out on the pendulum. So as you get on the mat, so if you look on there, you can see how it's got the numbers, 1 to 10 on there, and then it's got all the letters of the alphabet. Okay, and then it's got maybe, rephrase, yes and no, all of those are on there. So again, you can use a chart. I have charts like this as well, but the mats are really pretty to work with. So what I've got, I'm doing a special class to do the other aspects of this, because usually I would do a big class. It's got the whole parts of it, everything. And because tonight was just an introduction to it, we wanted to do the improve the health as well, because so many of you and so many people nowadays are dealing with stress and anxiety and everything, and that allows you to take control of what's going on in your life. So I want to do a special that for the whole thing, I usually charge $57 for the whole class. So what I'm going to do is for only $25, we'll do the deep dive into the questions, and we'll go beyond and do all the additional about asking questions and spelling them out using the maps and everything. So we'll look at all of that. So it's only $25 I was charged for that. And so anyone interested in that, I'm going to do just a special one for anyone that's interested from tonight. And then I'll have it available as a replay for anyone that watches this afterwards and would like to join in on it to learn those other things instead of having to do the whole course again. So I wanted to extend that to everyone. So you would just have to message me afterwards and let me know, and then I can get you set up with that. But I'll pick a date. I was looking at probably in 2 weeks' time on the Wednesday, possibly. But if you're interested, let me know, and I will let you know about that. Okay, and so how do you contact me? So Debbie Young at Race to Light Coaching and Training, and I've got my phone number, my website, my email address, and the easiest way to find me is on Facebook. If you just go to Roots to Light Coaching and Training, you can go on there. So there's other things that I do. So just a quick little blurb about me. We talked about, I do the pendulum workshops and that. But part of the coaching I do is helping people free themselves from past emotional events that have a hold in their daily life. And one of the big techniques I use is timeline therapy. We go back, we release what's going on, and release it. You get the positive learnings that you need to have, and it lets go of that emotional charge that you have. Your life is your life instead of it impacting your daily life. So it's a huge technique. And I do hypnosis. So I work with clients one-on-one to work through processes like that. And the pendulum work is one of the things I ask people to use to help them daily, like day to day, and as we're working through the process. Outside of that, I just want to share because I'm so excited about that. I like to inspire people. So I have created, this is my second year doing this, an inspirational calendar. And it is, let me show you some of the pages on here. It's a beautiful material. I get it printed locally here. Okay, this is an inchworm going across. It's actually the back of a bench. It says, stand in your light so that you can be seen. And then this is just one, another one. I'll just show you two of the pages. This is, dare to go beyond the boundaries. I was walking along and I saw this plant like just reaching out above the fence. It just inspired me. So all of these are my pictures and my inspirational quotes that go along with that. So I do have pendulums if people are interested in buying a pendulum so they can work with themselves doing more things. I do have them available, so you can let me know if you're interested and I can send you the selection that I have. I have the pendulum mats as well. And if you go on my line, you'll see I'm about ready to post. I do paintings as well. These are energetic paintings. There's layers of many layers within painting, and it's all like energy work that I do in there. So that's my grounded angel, and I love this one too. This is my pre-spirit unicorn. So you can see those. There's just two of my 4 paintings that I have available. So there's lots of things that I have to offer, and everything is inspiring to you. That's my goal. From Roots to Light coaching and training, and then I also have my Roots to Light inspirations. These are my products that I have. So if anyone has any questions, please reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're interested in learning, going beyond and learning more with the pendulums, please reach out to me, and then we'll set up, get you into the class to do the other bits and pieces that we're missing throughout, like we didn't do tonight because we're keen to get more fine-tuned. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Put it in the chat box and let me know.
Thanks, Debbie. Really enjoyed that.
Thank you. You are most welcome. And actually, thank you all of you for joining on. It was so great to see everyone. And actually, I'll take that. I just did something. Is that screen share gone?
Okay, well, I will thank you, Debbie. Thanks so much for everybody joining us tonight. I'm going to stop the record right now.